mean, that's fair enough. I respect it.
I think you have to pick it away from Jackalow.
I think you also you got to trust Yon. I think the man has been having a great tournament so far, even on the Ezreal. I don't think he was misplaying. I just think that things were falling apart around him. So yeah, for sure, trust him.
We've seen Draven banned a few times so far this tournament.
That is a great point.
It's not banned now.
It's not banned.
Nico is going to be picked away and picked up here by either Crisp or Cream, I guess, although we have been seeing a lot more of it on the bottom side of the map. I mean, you don't even need to pick it here. You can pick a priority jungle if you'd like to. You can pick a top laner. Cassante is available, but it is going to be the Varus locked in instead.
I mean, 369 is a fantastic Cassante, don't get me wrong. But after his Rumble performance, I just want to see him, like, you know, popping off. Yeah. Popping off. Anyway, top lane, I imagine, is going to be much later down the line. Going for the Varus gives you a little bit more utility. Assuming that this Nico is in the support position, that is a very powerful 2v2 lane, but we're yet to see where exactly this Nico goes. With the Maokai locked in, I'm a happy camper. I think Maokai really simplifies the draft. Pairing that up with a Norless as well, like, that is a great 1-2-3 from Team Liquid. It's very solid. You can't really go wrong. The strong bot side of the map as the side jungle here. Narban. Okay. Yeah, I imagine that it's going to be a jungle lock-in. And I mean, he's got a lot of options.
Where does Kanabi go? Kindred would be fun, actually. Give a little bit of extra range.
Zyra also. But do you want to do double AP?
True.
Lee Sin? No, surely not.
Oh, that'd be fun, though.
Pantheon. I like that. I think it's good. Good setup with the mid jungle, too. Gives you a lot of early game agency. And the global, I think, is really powerful. So top esports, a lot of teamfight tools. Their front line isn't inherently strong in the sense that Panther's a pretty squishy champion.
APA is laughing a lot.
Either Spawn made a suggestion that he thought was really funny. He's shaking his head.
It's like, I don't want to play Zillion, but it'd be so good here. Hwei going to be an option.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gives you a bit of range. You don't mind it. Let's see what Core JJ goes with now.
I know you're a big fan of the color schemes. Look at the theme on the side of Team Liquid.
It's a little dark.
Yeah.
Kind of into it. Cassante bringing a bit of light to it, but I actually kind of...
Very swampy colors.
Yeah. It's like a forest coming into a beach.
Garden moss, one could say.
Yeah.
Now, rounding out top lane, 4-3-6-9. What are we going to get? With the Gnar banned and Rumble unavailable, are we going to see a tank matchup?
Maybe this was coming in. So this is something that we saw yesterday, Zeus bringing that one out. Aatrox has found ups and downs and run out of time in games. You know, when you've got this Maokai composition, it can certainly scale quite nicely, especially with a Hwei alongside. So we just have to see whether TL can turn things around.
Pressure's on. I mean, top esports, of course, the expected favorites in this matchup. But given what we saw in Game 1, and I think people want to be optimistic about Team Liquid, and rightly so, a roster that has a decent amount of international experience at this point. This format is definitely quite ruthless.
Oh, yeah.
But especially after FlyQuest's impressive series against Gen.G at the World Championship last year, I think North America and LTA want to be confident in their teams.
I think so, too. I also think it was pretty tumultuous, right, in the opening season. Because TL didn't really have that many fantastic games, right? There were a lot of people pointing fingers at Umpty saying that he wasn't necessarily doing so well. This wasn't the team that a lot of people were expecting to be heading here to first end.
We watched the finals. I'm pretty sure we were both pointing those fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. So this, I even think so far, like the fact that they managed to take down KC or available as Cream has closed the gap between him and APA. APA taking a fair bit of damage here. Does shield himself up. Those should be okay. But it's not okay. The bottom side of the map, not feeling very okay.
Also, I love the electrocute pickup on Cream, basically giving you the strong burst rotation in lane. Oh, now the threat of a dive is here.
All right, APA just going to go down. That's first blood. Cream, that trade from earlier, paying off beautifully. And yeah, it's once again, Cream picking up first blood against TL.
Nicely done, very nicely done. Just recognizing the strength of the champion in these early levels. If you can chunk that person down enough, there's a real opportunity for you to find those outplays, and he's able to get it. He got the better of APA in the laning phase in game 1, and now with a solo kill here.
For TL as they manage to fight back in the bottom lane.
Kanavi, knowing that he's stronger in the 1v1. I mean, what's APA going to do here? Even if he rotates over, his wave's in a bit of an awkward spot. Now the rotation is going to come through. Umti should feel confident to try and fight this.
Yeah, APA, can he manage to snare him? He does get it off. As Cream, he's going to be moving in, finds yet another set of chains, and there it is! Cool guys don't look at explosions. He's walking away while he's picking up the kill. 2-0 now for this Silas. There's CoreJJ moving in. A lot of damage onto Kanavi and APA. He gets himself onto the board. Cream this time not able to do anything about it.
Okay, so Kanavi, he overstays his welcome, but you can see the skirmishing strength as Cream gets level 6, 1 in the matchup.
It's a bit of a disaster. 20 CS the lead as Cream's taking a lot of damage, but it just feels like it's incidental. Coming from this way in the mid lane. As 369 does land some Infernal Chains, and Impact doesn't seem too worried about it. This is Wet Noodles, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Aatrox is a damaging champion, but Cassante doesn't care.
Pretty much. Ultimately, though, 369 still doing well in the 1v1.
Indeed.
As Grub's secured Umti in an awkward spot. The thing about that bot lane matchup, and we're going to see it a lot more in the standard 2v2, the reason why bot lane is so important is because with that pressure, it's not just one person moving over, it's two. And if you have early prio, oh, hang on, Umti looking for a play.
Yeah, there's the all-out. 369, World Ender does come on through. We'll see whether Umti can get this Twisted Advance to work out. Bramble Smash to push him back there as well. Great knock-up, but 369 still in trouble. Getting the sweet spot on that Q, though, fantastic. Gets him a whole bunch of health back, and he is going to be absolutely fine. No flash needed.
Yeah, I'm impressed that he held his flash for the entire duration of that. Kanavi now walks up menacingly.
He's got a present incoming, and you can see 369 not actually doing anything about it. Great fear from APA. Managing to make this play work now in the lane.
And I was about to say, oh, Varus roaming mid. That's an interesting choice. And then I'm like, it wasn't Varus, it was Nico.
Yeah, the good old Chains of Corruption gang. You love to see it. Cream is going to get feared once again. Oh, APA's got his eye in. I don't know whether it's actually going to matter too much here as they trade some ultis. And yeah, despair is indeed it.
The wave's in a good spot for Yon. CoreJJ with level 6.
Oh, all right. There's the spiraling as Cream's in trouble. The Bramble's going to deserve a flash here as Cream is just going to sidestep, and he is A-OK. All right, in comes Kanavi. APA going to get taken down. Cream taking some damage. Umti just cannot close the gap, though. And TL, they lose him once again.
Falling from the heavens, Kanavi punishes the mid laner once more. This mid-jungle duo is so terrifying in the skirmish, and Team Liquid can't avoid it. Nice trade back initially from APA, but it ends up in his demise.
Oh, there's a flash. CoreJJ not going to quite find it there. Good sidestep from Jackie Lowe.
Oh, I thought Jackie could have turned that into a kill, to be honest. Looks like he chose not to.
Not having to use the flash, kind of huge. Cream towards the end of that. Meanwhile, top laners are being top laners, as we could see there. And Umti continuing to just try and stay as relevant as possible in this game. And they will still have a very powerful team fight if they get to that point.
There's a win condition,
for
sure. The problem is how neutered will they be prior to reaching that win condition? Because you look at the bottom of your screen and you see red, 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 red.
It's a lot of red, yeah.
Yeah.
The numbers aren't 3 digits yet, though, so that's good news.
Again, so optimistic.
Yeah, right?
Cast, you know what I mean? Always looking at the bright side.
Well, this may not necessarily be as much as top esports are moving down, trying to push them away as the Brambles come out. Nature is grasping. They do manage to get a few as Kanavi just says no, gives them the shield. And in goes Umti. They still want to find it. Depth Charge comes down. Pop Blossom connects onto a couple. Kanavi does go down, but there's the Fate's Call to make sure that CoreJJ is safe. And 369 singled out and destroyed. TL find a beautiful skirmish.
I think this
felt like he was pretty dead to rights regardless. Top esports still going to be able to grab themselves this dragon. They have 6 scrubs yet again. I believe that's 12 in the series thus far. TL not really being able to fight in this early game very well. That is only Dragon number 1, I guess. 5 minutes until the mountain is going to be up and available. TL need to be able to control space on this map better than just catch them while they're running away from taking exactly what they want, you know?
Completely right. But I mean, a sign of hope at the very least for Team Liquid.
100%.
When we think about optimism, that's a great position to be in. Cream does still hold on to a lead in terms of the mid lane matchup, but the amount of utility that Team Liquid have access to, and you can see playing with a little bit more confidence as they move their bot lane into mid, get that push off.
First item is done here for Yon, so he's feeling pretty powerful at this point in time.
A crucial item as well.
Yeah. Beck should be able to avoid these Infernal Chains, and you can see he's able to do so, but the Darkened Blade just kind of makes things unfair as, okay, in they go once again. The double knockups are gorgeous, but the Pop Blossom is set up, and Yon takes so much damage. There's Kanavi, lands the spear, and Umpty just there a little bit too late. The bottom lane eviscerated, and Top Esports once again on top.
Great idea from Team Liquid, but the response from Kanavi was just that much better. Nice use of the ultimate to collapse incredibly quickly, and the 2v2 ends in disaster. That ulti from Crisp as well, providing some much needed crowd control.
Yeah.
That 2 members of TL end up falling.
Man, it looked like things were working out, right? The depth charge, getting those double knockups.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you don't have enough damage to take them down, the Pop Blossom really can turn things. As Cream
as well, yeah.
Just misleading there. TL thinking that they had the opportunity as Core JJ, Gratz. Does have a 27 gold advantage. Cream not able to find those chains, but only because Yon's able to have the reaction time to get out of the way. 369 going to get all outed here as the Otacon wall's making things confusing. Let's see whether this solo kill can come on through as the thumbs up as well. In comes Umpty, he knew that he was dead, and so Impact able to grab himself what was almost, I'm going to give it to a solo kill. No, it's not actually a solo kill.
I mean, it would have been. It would have been. I'm convinced.
It should, yeah. It should have been. Nicely done there from Impact, though.
Yeah, nicely done. Good punish onto 369. And this Cassante ramping up nicely. Could be a wall that will be difficult for Top Esports to break through, especially given that they have gone for the lethality virus instead. I think tools to turn this game around. I would not count them out just yet, but right now, especially in the game, it feels like Top Esports composition spikes really hard. It's a scary position for TL to be in because this is where Top Esports can really break the game open.
Well, they're looking for a dive onto 369, and there's the Fate's Call to start it off. Let's see whether they can get enough burst, because he could just get a bunch of that back, and you can see, oh man, the Ren does finally, never mind, it's not enough! And 369 stays alive through it all, finally the all-out, but 369's still alive, they have to flash for it, and TES, they threw the kitchen sink at 369, and he just said, thank you very much, I'm remodeling my house!
As Leonidas once said, give them nothing but take from them everything, as Team Liquid lose 4 in an attempted dive against 369.
Really wasn't. I think TL were kind of feeling themselves, hoping to try and keep up that momentum of taking 369 off the map, and now APA, oh dear. I don't think he's getting out of this one. Decent little fear, but that spiraling despair. This one is the scary one. As Kanavi wanted to give this kill over to Cream. Takes a little bit of time, but eventually it is going to be APA on the floor. And that really felt like a back-breaking moment there towards the bottom lane. Now insult added to injury. As Impact just looking to see what he can do here. The all-out does come on down. Pop Blossom coming through. Umpty is going to be here as well. But Impact just not enough damage here. I think Impact is really feeling the fact that he's the one with an advantage, trying to utilize it as best he can, but it's just not quite enough.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Impact with the right idea. Maybe he can get a flash out from Jackie Love. If even a single summoner spell could be enough to provide an opportunity for you to turn the game around, but unfortunately, it ends up just being a trade of ultimates. Cream continues to build his lead in the side lane as after APA losing his life, it opens up this tower. And just look at the state of the map.
Yeah.
It's 4 towers to 1, 10 kills to 5. It's a 6K gold lead, and we're just cresting the 20-minute mark. They're going to try again.
You do not succeed. Just go for it again. This time it's Umpty and Yon trying to get the work done, but 369 also, he's realized that he wins these, and he absolutely does.
I mean,
let's not go for that one again.
Yeah.
ESPORTS able to move on over to this Ruinous Archon.
so much Ruinous Archon.
I know.
This is so yeah, voracious. I really love that Archon. It was
It's like every
so
game,
good.
Ruinous. Like we just can't get away from it.
Well, actually, do you know what it feels like for me? It feels like now that it's just been changed. It's like now we just have a different one.
Yeah.
Archon has he's Rod of Ages now. Wonder which item he's going to be next time.
Without the context, people Rod of Ages. What are you?
I'm looking for Sunfire Cape Archon. That's going to be a fun one. Just like the burn damage, the aura. That sounds fun.
I feel like.
More of a battle. Chains of Corruption, though. Umpty is just APA not able to find too much here as the Pop Blossom on opposed carries. Yon picks up Core JJ though, and Cream may have overstepped the rend. I don't think it's going to do enough, and Cream wasn't even in range as Yon flashes away trying to keep himself alive, and Crisp, he roots him. There's the piercing arrow. Jackie Love absolutely gorgeously done, and now it is Impact versus the world. The chains connect. The Kingslayer to give back all the health to Cream, and look at these health bars, the aggro management, gorgeous from Top Esports, as that's a clean ace. Rest of TL. I mean, they're okay for now. The problem is the Top Esports aren't letting them anywhere near any quadrant of their jungle at all. And Umpty just forced to move back. And inside your fountain, there's just not a whole lot of money to gather. Not a whole lot of objectives you can contest. And Kanavi going to throw the Herald through. That is going to be Jackie Love locked down by Core JJ, but unfortunately there is no follow-up, there is no nothing, there is no turret left in this mid lane either. And TL, I mean, they just lose a bunch of health bars and just have to give everything up.
They're out of options, they're out of time, their base is crumbling, and the CC was really nice from Core JJ locking down Jackie Love, but there's just no follow-up. They're so far behind at this point. Even if Top Esports make mistakes, they have so much breathing room for error that it's going to be, they're going to require Top Esports to make a number of mistakes. And even, like, it wasn't even a mistake.
Yeah.
They still got the inhibitor. They don't lose any members. And Team Liquid are now doing what they can to do some damage control, try and get some farm back at Baron, which is likely going to be the next objective for Top Esports.
Yeah, feels like a pick is 100% necessary. Core JJ understanding that completely as he looks to Hex Flash his way forward and collect whatever he can. These clones being thrown out whenever they want as well. Just gives Crisp a whole lot of control of this area. But TL with information. And if they give up this Baron, it's likely the end of the game, so you may as well just look for anything you can. Crisp off to the side. This Pop Blossom could be really scary as that's a stolen depth charge thrown towards the Callista. They try and block 369. It is kind of working beyond. He's actually going to use the passive to get towards him. Piercing arrow not quite long enough. They take down one, but is it going to be enough? And I think the answer, unfortunately, NA fans, is not going to be anything as Cream is able to clean things up and the rest of TES going to move forward. It's not a clean ace this time around, but that is the only thing he can be happy about as Yon underneath this inhibitor turret going to get flashed on by Cream. And TES, they can take themselves a Baron, and they could also just choose to end the game.
It looks like they're going to make this series a 2-0, a quick day overall. Atlas as Top Esports get a nice bounce back after their loss yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be Nexus Turret 1 focused, and Top Esports, this is exactly that bounce back that we were looking for, because some people were saying that HLE were looking like they weren't going to be contested. And Top Esports saying, no. We just had a bit of an off day. Looking absolutely fantastic here up against TL, and we'll see whether that rematch does